What's going on, YouTube? What's up, 18? Welcome to Saturday. Do me a favor, if you're new to my channel, if you're not new to my channel, run over to SB19's page and go support them, throw them a like. We're looking at ILAW. Um, I got this request a lot. I think this video is only like 3 months old, so I'm assuming this is a newer song. I could be wrong. Y'all let me know in the comments. You always do. I got subtitles on. I don't know what I'm diving into. I never really do. Um, but in case we're in Tagalog, then I don't speak that language yet. Getting close though. Keep doing these videos and we'll see. I'm just kidding. Yeah, if you like what I do, please like over there, comment down below, subscribe. Let's jump right in.
Kanina ay nahuli ang aking sarili. Nakangiti na naman at nagkukuli. Nang tunay na kailanman ay di ko maipagsasabi. Na naman. At pagdating sa aking talan ay hindi ko na naman mahanap aking susi. Saang lubalab ko ba to na itabi pa?
Real quick, I'm gonna back this up. I don't know their voices just perfect yet, but it sounds like the two that were singing first. Was this done? Was this maybe recorded during COVID or when they were separate? Because those sounded like they were sampled in different places, um, or recorded with different devices at different times, which I'm assuming could also lend to why this visual. It's not a music video, right? Y'all let me know. Um, Sorry, let me back that up. When there's no English verbally, I have to read, and luckily there's no visuals going on because I have to just strictly focus on lyrics. Um, but hold on one second.
Nakangiti na naman at nagkukuli. Nang tunay na kailanman ay di ko maipagsasabi. Na naman. At pagdating sa aking talan ay hindi ko na naman mahanap aking susi.
Okay, so right away, it's multiple singers, right? So this is I'm assuming they're just gonna run through different people, and it sounds like with saying like hiding behind a smile almost sounds like you're putting on a facade. You're sort of faking a smile, right? Like, so this is almost like and because this is so recent of a song from what I noticed, and him saying, or them sort of saying, when we returned home, we couldn't find our keys, almost meaning like, they knew home was there. They know they have a home, physically, but it didn't necessarily feel the same as though they've gone through some transformation. And maybe when they're probably hoping that people will understand that when they get there and they do find their keys, that people are welcoming. That they obviously have to travel a lot, they have to tour, they have to do different things, whatever. That they maintain their own truth to their people, to their family, etc. Not just through their music, but in person as well. But hiding behind it, like your smiles and whatever, is the larger way of looking at that. Is you may see things on TV as we progress into stardom. We're still the same dudes. I hope y'all know that this is a face that we kind of have to put on for sometimes it doesn't necessarily, like, we try to do as much as we can to define who we are as a as people, as a person, and just making sure that people know that they're not going to stray from that that their individuality is a big piece in what they do. Not being able to find your keys is just basically, I think it's more so just more so like a self exploration than actually thinking that they're not welcome home. It's more so they know that they're just there's always in the back of your mind, making sure that people are empathetic to what you're going through, and is especially being this old or young, and having such drastic sort of changing lives daily, being able to maintain a sense of self through who you are and your identity and whatnot. See, where in the world did I leave him, right? I've been around the world. Where and home is a part of yourself. So it's almost like, where did I leave? Now this is, again, this is them in their own head. I don't think anybody else really thinks that, especially, I mean, people at home are proud of them, as you all know. But as an artist, to come back home, there's always that self doubt, like, will they, am I still as accepted as when I left, right? Um,
Tabi na naman na naman.
Nalilito, nahihilo na sa inyo. Nasaan na nga ba ang sarili kong pagkatao?
See, the fact that they're even asking, where is my sense of identity? I think this is just more of a cry for empathy, really, and just comforting and knowing that you know that people know that you are still the same as wherever you go, whatever you do. That your home is still your identity. This is just a self doubt. This isn't necessarily them saying that, necessarily people that at home don't believe in them or think they've changed in some way. They probably catch hate, as you guys have told me they have in the past, but you gotta, you'll get, as time goes on, you get a thicker skin to that stuff. And it also helps to identify people who are real to you, and people who aren't, right? Those who are there from day one to support you, if they're there throughout the days, then those are true family and friends. Those who come and go conveniently, whether you're big or not, you cut ties, right?
Di na bang may tenga sa mga bulong ko? Kahit pa ako'y sumigaw ay malabo.
Yeah, what if I even shout? Is it still unheard? This is aside from music. This is like, if I'm crying out for help beyond the music stuff. If we need a sense of, a sense of family, like, just to make sure that people are, again, sympathetic to what they're going through, and will be there, goods and bads, right? But it's a self doubt that's in your head.
At tao pong pakinggan nyo naman ako. Bakit di nyo subukan buksan ang bukas ng ang pinto?
Well, why don't you try opening the door that isn't even closed, right? So yeah, I haven't shut out anything or anybody, just by way of me, transforming as a man and throughout my life and my career. So I'm not closing anything or anybody out. Although they may catch slack routinely, and a lot of, when you start getting famous and start sort of climbing the financial ladder, the media ladder, the social economic ladder, whatever. When you start being more kind of apparent in the public eye, you sort of get viewed in a different way, and you're held to higher standards, because you're now a representative. You have a platform to represent your people, so they're going to hold you accountable to be responsible for that. And it's a big burden, and people should understand that, right?
Nang tuluyan ang makita nyo, tunay na ako, di nagtatago. Sa likod ng bumubulang na ilaw.
Right, behind this blinding light, the real me, behind this blinding light. Would you see the light is in reference to, what's lighter than a star? I'm guessing. All right, so just with lyrically, so ILAW, that's one. Is that light? Because there's a light in the photo here. ILAW, that's what he said. ILAW. Y'all tell me. So if that's light, and that makes sense for the context of the song, then as my light shines brighter, it might be hard for you to find the door, but it's still unlocked. I'm still here behind it, right? And I'm still welcoming. It's just, like he just said, like, and when he's saying, if he's shouting, if no one's listening, what did he say right before that? 1 second here.
Sa likod ng bumubulang. Tunay na ako, di nagtatago. Sa likod ng bumubulang na.
So this goes back to the first thing he said. Hiding behind a smile. I'm not hiding behind this blinding light. It's just, there's just a lot more, glitter surrounding me right now. But still me behind that door, right?
Ilaw na to.
Which is weird, because in the visual here you see somebody, sitting on a curb on their phone with the hood up, which is visually depicting, a shading from the light, and you can essentially see the silhouette, but they're covered physically, but they're still directly. This person is still directly in the light, and has a phone in his hand, his or her hand. I'm assuming his hand. He's still connected. He's still connected to family, to friends. He still has the ability to connect. It's just maybe at a distance or in a different light. As you see, there's different lights going down the street, and he's alone. He's sitting on a curb. That's never a good look for anybody. So you have to be sympathetic that there is sadness. It's not always just for the rock star mentality, whatever, pop star, whatever you want to call it. Just parties and tour buses and groupies and all that shit all day, all night. There's times that you spend with yourself and you miss people and you miss different things about home, and they get homesick just like everybody else does. I think that's a song. I think this is kind of what this is. I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot, and we got another. This is a long song, so I'll try to tone it down a little bit. But I think that this is a good depiction of that. He's in the light, hidden, but the hood's open, right? So, and he's still connected, right? So, still the same person on the same curb, right?
Napapamuni-muni sa kawalan ng huni, di mapapirmi aking sarili.
So basically saying like music has always been, and that's for a lot of musicians, their escape from loneliness, that they turn to music to sort of help cope with things. And that's where a lot of these lyrics come from. Rather than, I don't know, talking to a therapist about what's going on in your head, you put it in pen and paper, right? And then you make a song about it.
Ang dahilan kung ako ngayon nasan man, ngunit kailangan kong magpahinga pati.
If I need to rest and turn the lights off for a bit, I'm able to do so, right? I can take subtle breaks here and there, and that's necessary. That's honestly probably self-medicating as well.
Nang iluban samantala,
Bakit ganito? Inakalang magbabago. Kabayaran ba dito'y sarili ko'y maglalaho?
And that's sort of an exaggeration. If losing myself is the price you have to pay, that's self-exploration. That's just self-doubt. That's not necessarily what anybody truly thinks that that you're going to. I mean, some artists do, but these dudes seem pretty grounded and obviously have deep roots and a deep love for their home, family, friends, etc. So it's more so your own mind fucked when you are out there on your own or alone, and you find yourself metaphorically on a curb, just looking through social posts and what's going on with family, what's going on with friends, what are people saying about me, about life. Let me see pictures of your kid because I couldn't make it to his first birthday. Just stuff like that kind of helps to connect that. That's sort of what turning off the lights is, right? But losing yourself is a price to pay. So a lot of the times you think that by doing what you're doing to, like he just previously said, I thought everything would be okay if I was doing this, right, to chase a dream, that I was going to be able to provide for everybody. And, I would sort of be that guy and take that burden upon my shoulders. I didn't know that steps along the way would present, mental issues and emotional issues with missing certain elements of, of having, the same routine, the same kind of average day to day, the same people around, the same texts, the same hellos from family, friends, the same walk to the store, passing the same dog you see every day, the same neighbor, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying?
sino bang may tenga sa mga bulong ko? Kahit pa ako'y sumigaw ay malabo. Oh, tao po, pakinggan nyo naman ako. Bakit di niya subukan buksan ang bukas namang.
Why won't you try opening the door that isn't even closed? So they previously mentioned that door, and I explained kind of what that meant. And in this sense, like, or at least the way I take it. By the way, I'm usually wrong. So this is just my interpretation just upon listening to it the first time. So why don't you try opening the door that isn't even closed? That's sort of a plea reaching out in like, why aren't you, a lot of people might just think you guys are busy and we don't want to bother you, sort of thing. It's not necessarily that they're any less supportive or sympathetic to what you're going through. It's just that sort of those feelings take a different form when you're out there doing what you're doing, and they respect it, and that's being respectful. Is maybe to not poke at that door, knock at that door routinely because they might think it's annoying, right? So it's tough. It's a tough line to walk, right? But at the same point, as an artist, it might feel nice to be supported, and to get that, even if you don't think they're listening or don't read the text, they probably do.
Pinta ng tuloy nang makita nyo. Tunay na ako, di nagtatago. Sa likod na bumubulag na ilaw na to.
Ito na naman ako, patungo sa presinto. Mag-iisip ng kung ano-ano, kailan malaya ko dito.
Ito na naman ako. Pwede bang ipagpaliban muna na.
All right, so this next verse here, by the way, we were previously sitting directly in the light on the curb. Now we're standing outside of it. So it's taking a different shape in and out of the light, right? So it does take different forms, sitting, standing, how they face different things with regards to this light that's shining down on them.
Ang isang linggo, pwede mo na bang hinto?
He just asked me to pause for a minute, so I paused. Kidding.
Papalapit na, ako'y papalapit na. Bigyan siya pag nang bawat takbang nitong paa. Patungo sa lugar kung saan ayaw kong pumunta. Wala na bang iba?
That's just it's harder and harder to walk deeper down this path with these feelings of self-doubt. That's the heavier footsteps sort of reference, I think.
Wala na ba? Patuloy ang aking paghahanap sa pag-asa. Ngunit walang saysay ba ang pamamagkaawa? Ano ba ba ang kabuluhan nitong aking pag-
Yeah, and then you get this deep into self-doubt. Why am I even still alive? You ask a lot of questions when you're feeling alone. And that could also mean, like, who could even hear my whispers, right? When you're on stage, when you're performing, when you're doing anything in that sense, you're not whispering because no one would hear you. They may be asking, who's going to be around when we're not doing this stuff? Who's around during the softer moments, during the moments out of the light, right? Cool. No, that was a powerful song. The vocals were off the charts like usual. I wouldn't expect anything less. Yeah, I think unless I'm completely off my rocker, that's a self-discovery song. Asking meaningful questions of yourself that every artist asks about, and ultimately trying to get to a point where you can decipher at the end of the day if what you're doing is right. Because there's going to be moments that you not just from like a morality standpoint, but just like a lot of the times, like, some people aren't the right people to be in a spotlight, right? Um, you're just learning how to deal with that, and I think working yourself through these types of questions, um, with continued support from, from loved ones, just the people that are there out of the light, listening to the whispers, etc. Just, but it is, it's these are very common questions of anybody in in the spotlight, um, to sort of run through. Especially, I mean, these guys are young. Well, to me, they are. I think they're young, but still growing in their journey of seeing what stardom is, and how it can shape a person or destroy one, right? So it's yeah, it's I don't know, it's thought provoking for sure. Just, hearing, I'm not a famous artist, so I wouldn't even know, but hearing that side of it, you have to be reminded that, and that we see these people on screens and doing their thing and on top of charts and stuff like that, but they are, at the end of the day, they are people with the same feelings that you and I have. So, um, it's their discovery to figure out who sees that in them and who doesn't. And knowing that there are people that do, I guess, is what's important. But I don't. That's all I got for this. I hope you enjoyed my interpretation. I don't know if I was right or wrong. Again, I just read lyrics and I listen to a language that I don't understand. So, no, beautiful song though. Again, comment down below if you like what I do, and definitely let me know what else to check out song wise. I feel like the last couple have been a little slower. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I have to, those you have to really dig into meaning on, more than like really fast rapping or whatever, which I can do too. And I'm happy to. But yeah, whatever you want me to do over there is I'm happy to. I was just running through comments and I saw this, like, every fourth comment was you should do ILAW or ILAW, which I think is light, but which makes sense for the entire context of the song. So I'm pretty sure it is. I'll look it up. Yeah, like if you like, please comment down below, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next. Have a great rest of your weekend.